Teach the Future. He's also an alumni of the Teach the Future program, and he's learning from there as well. So we look forward to this discussion. Okay, so let me just upload my presentation. And thank you for those kind words in the chat, by the way, lower this. They're really nice. Thank you. Okay, where do we share the screen? Okay. So, hang on. Janab, okay. Can you see the screen lower this? Wonderful. Thank you.
Perfectly.
So let's talk about failure. So challenge, Janab. Hang on a second. Kasha bete, could you start from this screen? Ji, bataएं.
Creating the Future is based in Pakistan.
This is बोलें आगे. Is your voice muted, Kasha bete?
I hear him, but maybe he can introduce himself a little bit first.
बेटे अपने बारे में बताएं. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Mohammad Ukasha and I am from Pakistan.
Okay, बताएं चल. I think he's having problem with the. जी जी.
Creating the Future is based in Pakistan. Initiative to explore future from the perspective of children. Our activities include interview dialogues, gaming adventures, foresight workshops, future imagining experiences.
Okay, so this is some of the work which we do in Pakistan. So more than welcome to explore some of this on our website. And you could talk about these as well, Lukasha, but yeah.
These are also the organizations that we have worked with.
Okay, so these are some organizations where we've worked with in terms of Teach the Future. And it's been a wonderful experience. I really am indebted to Teach the Future program. I worked with adults, but I never thought of it for a minute that, why not ask children? So that was a great experience. I mean, going out to children, I must say I was skeptical in the beginning, but when I reached out to them, and those experiences have been amazing, really amazing. And I'm really grateful to them. So here we are for the second consecutive year, and we're looking at many adventures along the way. Look forward to working with other people as well in this field. Okay, well, let's get straight to our topic because I chose a topic to talk about. So, and I'll need the help of the audience as well. So, if in the chat, if you could just tell us a bit, failure. Yeah. Why talk about failure, guys? Anybody? If you could just put in the chat, we'll wait a few seconds. Why do we need to talk about failure? I mean, anybody? Okay, so we're getting some options because that is the only way to learn. Okay, that's cool. It's part of life. We needed to learn. We can learn from them. That is great. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Beautiful. Part of the learning process. Beautiful. Okay, great. Without failure, there is no success. Okay. It is an everyday issue, but we try. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Stephanie. It is an everyday issue, but we try to avoid it. That is beautiful. I mean, all the comments are wonderful. Great. Failure. Thank you, Marcella. Yep. Failure is a human quality. Yes. It reminds me of the John Steinbeck quote from the East of Eden. Now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good. There is a prevailing fear of failure in our fast-paced contemporary world. Wow, that is great. Sure, dare to try. Not to repeat what led us to the failure and be emotional ready for personal other failures. Wow. Makes life interesting. Wow, how good is that? Makes life interesting. That is amazing. Wow, guys, that is wonderful. Thank you very much. What defines a failure anyway? Okay. First step to success. Wow, that is in Urdu. That's great, yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. That's great. Acha, chala ji, let's make this a bit more interesting, guys. You already have made it so wonderful. Acha, I'm not going to share something with you, a slide with you. you can scan it, and you could use this, go to this particular website, and you could, what I need from you right now is, give me a word for failure in your local or native language, all right? Okay, so let's try to do this, all right? Ekman, let me present this, and I will share this with you. Ekman, hang on a second. Let me present this. Just a second, please. Let this load for a minute. Okay, just a second, please. Okay, let me share this. How do you share this? I'll have to go from here to this screen. Lower this. Can you see the screen now? Okay, some people already here. Okay, so you could scan this particular screen. You could scan it, or what you could do is you could go to this website. Let me click it and let me put it in the chat. So I'm putting this in the chat, and some other beautiful comments are there as well. So you could go to this place, and you could tell me about a word for failure in a language. Some are already here. I'm sorry. Let me just remove these. Okay. So go to this website. Tell me a word for failure in your language, in your local language, in native language. If you belong to a personal place and there is some, some other language which you use over there, you could tell me about that as well. Let's look at what failure means in other languages, guys. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. I look forward to your comments about it. And if for some reason you are unable, if there is a failure to do this, there's always the chat function. So you can always use the chat function, and then we'll do it for you. All right. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this.
Are you sharing again, Umar?
Yeah, Ekman, give me a minute. I will
Okay.
do this in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, pause the share. I'm going to stop share, and I'm going to go to the, I'm sorry, this is, sometimes this happens, but let me go there. Go to the, yeah. Okay, there we are, folks. Okay, some submissions are already here. Oh my God. Okay, I need to then ask somebody to please unmute, tell me what this is. Okay, somebody else? Okay, so that's one word for failure in a language. In the chat, somebody said fallimento in Italian. Okay, I will need to know, understand what this is. Okay, okay. Official error. Okay, that is cool. That's new for me. I would like to know what this word is.
It's mistake in Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, please, sure. Please do tell me what it is.
Mistake.
Okay.
A mistake. It's
there
an
is
error.
One error, Rocha. Varsavan Kigaglan Fashal. Okay. There's one in the chat. Is it possible for you, lower this, to actually put in there as well? There's one or two in the chat as well. Okay, so we're getting some. Tolvi in Tamil. Wow, how beautiful is that? Failure looks so beautiful, you know. So wonderful, guys. We are having success in looking for failure in different languages. Wow, how good is that? Wow, somebody wrote Heba. Well, now, guys, you have to do me a favor. You'll actually have to read what these words are. But this is cool, really cool. This is really cool. Thank you. And there is one in Spanish as well. It says derrota. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Okay. Oh, I did pronounce it correctly. Okay, so great. This is really great, folks. I didn't know. I mean, failure has so many names, so many colors. Looks beautiful. Okay, I'll just give one more minute. Then we need to move ahead. So one more minute, and let's see if we can get some more, and then we'll ask some people to actually read these things out to us, because, these are new things, new words for me. Okay. Wachenko, Mr. Flog. Okay. Okay, lower this if you don't mind. Could I just unmute one or two people if they could actually read out how they spell? If that's fine, you could
Yeah, of
actually go
course.
ahead first. Lower this if you know a few words. Yep.
Yeah, we have derrota already there, fracaso,
Okay.
fallo or fallar, that it's similar in Italian. And yes, I would like for the ones that write in different languages and different even alphabets to say it.
Yeah. Oh, I pronounced the Hungarian version Hiba correctly. Wow.
I see
Thing is,
Carol.
my daughter's name is Hiba as well, but I didn't know what it means in Hungarian. So thank you.
Mm.
So in Hungarian means fail. Okay, wow.
I
Wow,
see
cool.
Carol here. Yes,
Carol, would you
please.
like to?
Sure. So, yeah, in Chinese, it's pronounced as 失败, and it's two
Wow.
characters. 失 actually means you lose something. Actually, that's what 失 means. You lose, and then 败 means defeat.
Wow, that is beautiful. I'll take one more. Let's take one more comment. This is very nice. This is really cool. You know? Yeah.
Sureka, do you want to
Sureka, yeah,
say?
would you like? Uh-huh.
Sure. So I put the Tamil one. It
The
means
Tamil one, okay.
tolvi. Yeah. So
Okay,
it's tolvi,
Tolvi.
and it literally translates to failure.
Wow. Tolvi in Tamil. Wow, great. How cool is that? All right, wonderful. Okay, that is great, guys. Thank you very much, everybody. Good job, good job. So we have succeeded in putting the word failure in so many languages. That is a success. Okay, so great. All right. So let's go back. Okay, let's go back to my presentation. Okay, let me stop this share and let me go back to my presentation. Hang on a second. Where is it? There we go. Okay, guys. Okay, now I'm reminded that there was an online webinar by UT Austin, and there was this program called Creating a Failure Resume, and I really loved the idea because all the while we are looking at those resumes of ourselves where we glorify ourselves. I am this. I worked with this. I did this. We're always self-glorifying. But then there was this resume right in front of me, and there were the different sections in it, like saying, okay, so these are my school failures. This is where I failed in work. Where did I fail in my relationships? Where did I fail in my sports and clubs? And I was like, wow, that was an amazing way of self-reflection, which I'd never seen before. That, okay, so I knew about glorifying ourselves in resumes, but failure resume, that was a totally different experience. And I actually then started working on it. Okay, where all did I fail while I was in school? And it gave me a lot of self-gratification. That's wow, I'm so blessed, And this was part of me. That was part of my, learning curve. So yeah, so really grateful for that. So, I think I'm not going to do this today, but this could be a template for all the people who are part of this workshop as well. Perhaps having some reflection, what it means, what does failure mean for us? And these different reflections on different aspects of our life, which are so important. And then eventually, what does it mean for failure in the future? So that is why I lowered this. I was saying, what those guys were doing in the last session, that was so beautiful. I wanted to do some sort of a time travel where they could do a time travel and tell us how does failure look like in the in the future. That would have been so wonderful. Okay. Acha. So it's nice that some of you came up also with the why we need to think about the future. Thank you for those people who have. Okay, there's actually one request as well. I want to hear the Finnish one. Okay, else direct I will do that. Sure, I will do that. I will look at that request as well in a few minutes. Okay, what I want us to do right now is that failure. One thing is that it's really amazing what failure means for different people. It's really has always amazing when I talk to people about failure. Just to make a point, there's a person who's on the podium, and he's on the second. He's got second place, and there's a person on the podium who's got the third place. Okay, so one is the second, one is the third. Guys, who do you think is the more happier of the two? Let's put this in the chat. Who do you think is the more happier of the two? The number one and the number two, or the number three? Who's more Number one, okay, number one is happy. That's great. Or number three is happier. Oh, wow. Acha ji. Let's hear some more comments. So there's a podium. There's one person on number two. There's one person on number three. Who's the happier of the two? Number two. Carol says number two. Okay. Okay. Let's hear one. Let's hear a few more, reflections from other people. Hang on a second. Okay, so number two. This is number. None of them. What's the matter, Stephanie? Why would none of them be happy? Wow. I'm
They're
just
on the
wondering, just-
podium. They're on the podium. They're exposed.
wow. I really wasn't expecting that as a perspective. Wow. I really wasn't expecting that, but thank you for that. Okay. There are many instances where the person who's on the second, who comes second, he is a bit unhappy because you see, the thing is always going to bite him for the rest of his life. If I had tried a little bit more, I could have come one. I could have been the number one, been top of that podium. Okay? So there's always that thing in your heart. I wish I could have tried a little bit more. Okay. At the same time, there's a third person, the person who's on the third place on the podium, and he will be like, wow, thank goodness I've reached the podium. All right. So it's amazing what failure or what it means for different people. Okay. So let's do a little experiment right now. What I'm going to do is, Lourdes, if you could do this, I would like to, put people in groups, let's say a group of 4 or 5. I would like to see, okay, listen, throughout the world, we're having failures of different kinds. In the sessions that we have had before, there have been many failures. It's also been, people have talked about them. So some talked about climate change, some have talked about other issues, about the oceans and all, sustainability issues and all. Let's talk a bit about that as a group, as a community, as an ecosystem, what are some of our failures? How have we failed as a group? All right. And then a second question which comes from that is, what have we learned from them? All right. Everybody understand that? So this is my question to you. As a group, as a community, as an ecosystem, as earthlings, what are some of our biggest failures? And what have we learned from them? All right. So let's do this small breakup, all right? What do you say, Lourdes? If you could just put people in breakout groups. Let's have this small discussion, all right? And we'll be
Okay.
back in about 5 to 8 minutes. What are our bigger failures? What do you think we have learned from them? Or as they say—
Not as individual, not as individual, as
as a
globally.
group, because this is a talk about a group. So let's chat between people. Let's people talk between themselves. What are some of our failures as a group? Okay. Let's say a group could be anything, folks. It could be like the global ecosystem. It could be the global community. If you, let's say, from one country, okay, where have we failed as a group? Where have we failed as earthlings, as human beings? All right. So let's try to look at that. And it's amazing how people will come up with different perspectives. And what do we learn from them? Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so I will create the groups. Some people are online but are not here in the conversation. Like Lisa is connected, so don't worry if in your groups there are people without the camera that maybe they are not there. But let's get back here in 5-8 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's do that.
Hey, Tomas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I somehow left the room.
It's okay,
Maybe
but
I just pushed the wrong button.
do you want to be in a
Yes,
okay.
please just send me back.
Okay, let's see, where are you? Here. Tomás. Let's send you to the group 1. What happened?
I don't know. It's still the same. I think I just wanted to enlarge it, but somehow, you know, I skipped the room. Yeah.
I will do it
Let's
again.
try again.
This is why I'm here, so don't worry.
Yeah. I know how it works. Yes.
So there is not room 1 anymore. So let's move you to room 3. I don't know what happened. Hi, Saba, are you there?
Yes, we are.
Okay, do you want to join a group to discuss about failures and learnings? I will put you in group 1, okay?
السلام عليكم شيخ أسماء كيف الحال؟
Alhamdulillah, very well.
Oh, great. You're here at a very right time. I've actually assigned that, all the participants that you need to think about some of the failures of humanity as a group. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, she's been assigned it. Oh,
Hi, Umar, how are you?
Lourdes. I'm great. I'm doing great. How's the session happening, Lourdes? What's the feeling? What's the temperature?
Yeah, it's amazing. Everything is amazing. And I am just having a look in the breakout groups because some of
Yeah,
the
I've
people, as I told you, they were not connected.
Okay.
So some of the groups were kind of silence, but now we have three groups: room 1, room 3, and room 4, and they are having conversations there.
Wonderful. I also went to Sala 1 and Sala 2, but Sala 2 is right now empty. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you've joined the groups. Okay, okay. We've got about 7 in 3, so yeah. 3 or
Yeah,
4
this because in all the groups there are people that they are not connected. So if you
Wonderful.
now you can
Wonderful.
move to room 1, room 3, or room 4.
Okay. What I want, could you just do a little broadcast piece, let's say in 1 minute, if you could come back, all right?
Yeah, let's do that.
If you
I
could
can
do
do
that
that.
broadcast, I'll go to, let's say, I'd love to go to room 3, Sala 3. Going there. See you shortly.
Let's give them 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. All right.
Okay. Because there are many to talk now. So. So for the ones that are watching on YouTube, we are in breakout groups. We will be back in 2 minutes. Please stay with us. Here we are again. Yeah, the rooms gives like 60 seconds for everyone to return. So let's wait. Hi, Asma. Hello. Nice to see you.
Hello, likewise.
Yeah, we were in the breakout rooms when you joined.
I was just setting up my laptop because we're having a session after you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry, I couldn't like participate or anything.
it's okay, it's okay. So 5 seconds and everybody will be here again. Hey, nice to see you. I always love when people go to the breakout rooms and then come back because it's like Star Trek. It's like teletransportation.
Wonderful, guys. All right. Welcome back from your failure adventures, guys. Wow, I hope you had a good time. Thing is, it's amazing. We talk about success and leadership and mix them together all the time. It's amazing when we actually start talking about failures. Like, wow, that's a human being right there. We try to humanize people. That's a human face right there. Okay, so we had 3 or 4 breakout rooms. So if 1 or 2 people could like just say unmute and just tell us a bit about your experience. How do you say? Okay, so let's say room 1. So if you could appoint someone and somebody could share their experiences, what sort of dialogue happened in their room? Okay, who wants to go first?
Just open your mic. Don't worry.
Yep. Just open your mic and let's do this.
Stephanie, I'm going to ask you
let me
because
start again.
you have.
Stephanie, do you want to go?
One? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going.
Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Just go ahead. Yeah.
so she
Yeah,
and
so-
after Stephanie.
So we had very interesting conversations, and we talked about how man-made things have led to disasters. And then me from India, I also shared that we have inbuilt systems to actually see where the disasters are coming from. We get signals all the time. So we talked about one of the tribe in India who were even not affected by the tsunami. They came to know about tsunami and they saved themselves. And then we had from Hamburg, I don't remember his name. So he talked about how we should analyze our life, and we know where we have done wrong. It's a lesson we have to learn. So it was nice, and we discussed Istanbul and we praised the beauty and everything. So it was nice conversation. Thank you.
Wow, great. Thank you for those insights. Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it, Chief. Okay, Stephanie, you wanted to say something? Yeah, please,
I'll
okay.
start. Yes, I think in our room we had an interesting conversation that failure is actually, these are now my words, but kind of also a need and kind of the spice of life. Without failure, you actually cannot go further. And it seems also the more we try to plan and to have a goal, and this is how it should be, the more we're likely to fail. I think this was kind of the gist of where we were at. And so the rules and our norms kind of create only the platform for failure because it's so specific in that way. So, and also failure can be different for every person also in not just person, but also in the gist in the entire world. So, and also from failure, something good can actually emerge. So only failure can bring up new aspects, new ideas. So if you're always just doing what you planned and you're going into one direction and everything works out perfect as you think it should be, nothing new can happen. So this emerging and the uncertainty actually helps to create and to bring up new ideas and hopefully new solutions.
Wow. Beautiful. That is wonderful. Thank you, Stephanie. That is wonderful. Wonderful. Great. The third room. So we have had two rooms. The one which is left. I don't know. It's 1, 2, 3. There's a failure to identify which room that is.
Yeah, I
But could
think
we have some-
nobody knows the room, but it's okay. Just open your mic.
Yeah, just open your mic, guys. Let's hear what you have to say. Let's add to the body of knowledge about failure.
Maybe Shukat.
Shokat sir, would you like to say something?
I think I have already said sometimes failure is because of the other people as well. You know, that I mean, collectively, there are some people because of their action, and then everybody is going to fail. As I have given an example regarding electricity, our politician, they have wrong kind of decision because of they want to put the things in their own pocket. So then their nation, they are the one who are suffering. So they are they are getting failed.
Wonderful. That is great. That is excellent. Ajit, thank you very much. I realize there will be more people who would love to talk, but time is always going to be, something which will be against us. So let's take this a little bit further, okay? Okay. We've talked about, okay, sure. Thank you for the links in there. They sound cool. I would love to check some of them. Hang on a second. Okay, so we've talked about, sorry. Oh, my apologies. This happens when you share and you.
This
Just a
always
second, please.
happens, Umar. Don't worry at all.
Okay, yeah, it does. It always does. Hang on. Okay, let me, there we go. Okay, so one thing was about failure, and we talked about it as a group. Now, the single most unit of almost any community ecosystem is the self, the person. I, you, me. Now, we are part of this ecosystem, okay? So then what does failure mean for me? So we've talked about as a group. So great, that's been a wonderful conversation. Now let's talk a bit about me. So what I would like to do is that, okay, let me share this. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay. So what about failures as a person? Okay. I am part of, this whole ecosystem. I'm part of the planet Earth, but it starts from me as well. What about me as a person? What about some reflections about that? So what I would like to now do is that we'll put two persons each in a group, all right? So we'll have breakout rooms in which have two persons in a group so that there can be a personal dialogue between two people. One is you do it as a group. I hope you're fine with that, okay? Because now I wanted to be on a more personal note. Again, let me reiterate that I'm not asking you for a confession. I'm not asking you to confess your sins. But thing is, what did I fail in life? Okay, or where am I in the grander scheme of things? It's really amazing when there is this self-reflection. It leads to that exploration of the self. Okay, what about myself? Okay, so we agree on that. So let's go out into groups and let's go into groups of two people. So that can be a bit more intimate conversation. Again, you don't have to confess your sins, all right? Okay, so let's do that. Lower this. We can do that. Okay.
Okay, so we may have a technical issue here, and that is that some people are in the session but are not connected. So what may happen is I put you in a room and nobody's there, like there is no one in the other side because they have the camera shut. So I will create groups of 3 just in
Okay,
case.
that'll be wonderful. That'll be wonderful.
Okay, and
That'll
I
be
will
wonderful.
go also one by one to see if everyone is in a
That'll
group
be
of 3.
wonderful. Yep, that'll be
Okay,
wonderful. That'll be
how
wonderful.
much time, Umar? 5 minutes?
Let's take 5 minutes Japanese time. All right, G? Let's do that.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. Hi, Adiva, are you there? So for the ones that are connected in YouTube, we are in the breakout sessions. It's only going to be 5 minutes, and we are talking about failure in an individual level. So I see that some people are on YouTube, and if you joined just now, we are in the breakout rooms. We will be back shortly in about 3 minutes. We are in the session of Umar and Mohammed talking about failure as a collective and also as individuals and our learnings. Hi, Yaiva. Welcome, how are you? We are in the breakout rooms right now. This is why nobody's here. I don't know if you can listen to me. Yeah, now I see that you are opening the camera. So people will be back in a couple of minutes. Hello, Sarah. So again, this is a reminder that we are in the breakout rooms for the ones that are on YouTube. We will be back in a minute. Hello. Tamber, we are in the breakout rooms. This is why it's only me here. But we will be back soon from the breakout rooms. Hi, Umar. Welcome back, and thanks, Carol, to be here with us. What time is there?
Oh, it's nearly 9 o'clock. So after this session. No, I have to be here because it's Umar, right? So Umar, I have a curiosity about your question. Can I ask something?
Sorry. Yes, please. Sure, Carol.
Your question was, how does failure influence us, right? The word is influence.
Okay. My question was, how did it influence me? That was the second part. How did that failure then influence you? the failures as a person. So what does it mean for us then? I mean, different ways of interpreting it. But keep it general, all right? So different people will interpret it in a different way. What are your assumptions? What do you look at it? Let's hear that. Okay. All right, folks, I think we are back. So thank you very much. I mean, wow, it's great. So we've talked about society, we've talked about, at a group level, now at a more intimate level, at a personal level. All right. So anybody who's anxious to actually share their adventures, okay, what did you hear today, guys? Anybody can just unmute and start talking. Yep. Who would like to begin?
Don't be shy. Open the mic.
Yeah, don't be shy. You just had a great conversation. I was looking to some of those, hearing some of those conversations. It was really amazing, really amazing. Okay. Who wants to go first? Okay. Let's listen to somebody who have not heard till now. Okay, hang on a second. Let's see who we got over here. I'm sorry. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Tamas Gaspar. Am I pronouncing that correctly, sir?
Yes. That's wonderful.
If you don't mind, sir, I'll just pick you up on random.
Yeah, sure. And anyway,
yeah, please.
This final conversation, do you mean?
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was very, very good. I was with Suraka, and we were very much of the same opinion concerning how helpful, right, the failure can have and how natural it happens. And what we shared were both from the school years, But on the one hand, because Suraka is just ahead of some exams at the moment, and I just shared, right, that. How it happened when I was with small children, right? Teaching small children at school, which, you can take that always a failure because they never do what you expect. And that's fine. Right. Because, they have different moods, different levels of energy, different backgrounds. So you never know how they arrive next day. And So it was a very, very useful, right, conversation. We just add up all these experience.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
Thank
that's
you.
really appreciated. Okay, could we have one more? Because I realize we're into the last 9 minutes. I would like to go to the next activity, but let's hear one more comment. I mean, one more dialogue which happened. You could share that, somebody? Okay. Okay. Yeah, just unmute and yeah, you can talk. Share your experiences.
People are shy today.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Okay, let me just call on stage. Is Laiba Mamun over? No, okay. Let's see. Hang on a second. Is who else is there? Who else is there? Basir, you want to say something, man? I haven't heard you for a while. So Basir, right? You there, my friend?
Yeah, okay.
I've already spoken, so there should be other participants. So go ahead.
Yeah, great. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
guys.
Let's move to the next
Okay.
activity.
Let's move on to the next part. Okay. One last thing.
Okay.
So one last part thing. So now we've looked at, different aspects of failure. We'll look at what failure sounds like in other parts of the world. And yeah, by the way, there was a request. Somebody asked, what does this word failure sound like in Finnish? So there was a request earlier. So if whosoever it is, I want to hear the Finnish one. So if anybody could tell that would be great. The person, whoever wrote that in Finnish.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, sure.
Erkki Aalto. It's in Finnish epäonnistuminen. Onnistuminen is succeeding. Epä is no, non-succeeding.
Unsuccessful. Okay, wonderful, sir. Thank you. That is news for us. That is really knowledge for us. All right, one last activity. Okay, we've looked at various aspects of, why it's important to think about about failure. We've talked about words about failure. We looked about failure from a group perspective, plus from a personal perspective. Now, my last question to all of you is, why do we need these dialogues on failure? Now that you've been part of one, So why are these dialogues on failure important for the future? Okay, so I present this to you, sir, again. So it's the same, you just have to go to the same slide and you can just put in your ideas over there. Why do you think these dialogues on failure are important for the future? You could actually make it a bit more interesting, say, what does then failure look like in the future? Okay, so you could add on to that, all right? So let's do this, okay? We've got some really nice feedback. So one last activity. Why are dialogues on failure important for the future? Okay.
Omar, do you want to use the link that the other sessions share?
Yeah, are you showing it now? Yeah, it's the same. Hang on a second. It's the same, all right? It's the same link, by the way.
Okay.
It's the same link. For some reason, the link is not coming in. Hang on a second. I
I
don't know
can
why
share
that
it
is.
again, don't worry.
Assalamu
Yeah.
alaikum, Umar. Hope you are fine.
Welcome. Yes, I'm fine, Ji. Yeah, we're right now, we're in the
I'm
middle of a
Sadia.
session. We're right now in the middle of, yes, please. Would you
Okay.
like to say something, ma'am? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Sadia Zishan. It's my first time. I joined your session. It looks good. So, what will be the next session conducted? How can I join the
Listen,
next one?
you could just be on the Zoom link. It will be continued. All right, Ji? All right. So let's go to the side. Let's try to, talk about this. Why are dialogues on failure important for the future? All right. Let's have a, if you could go to this particular site or let me put it on the chat as well. The link is in the chat as well. You could just click on this link and you could try to address this question as a liner. Why are dialogues and failure important for the future? Okay. They guide for better results later. Okay, sir, that is amazing. Okay. Because we need to learn from them. Oh, great. That's wonderful. Yes, we need to learn from our failures. One of the lessons from history is that we learn no lesson from history. It's really amazing. Okay. Hence, the future will have more wisdom because you need to embrace it and learn the future and do better. Expectations management. Thank you. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Wonderful. To have the unexpected happen through failure will only get more complex, uncertain, ambiguous. So failures may get more common. So we need to normalize failure. Thank you. That is wonderful. Wonderful. Let's take a comment or two. Next thing what you can do is you could also like vote on it as well. So if there is something over here which really resonates with you, put a click next to it. Okay. So let's try to put some, I mean, all of these are great. Wonderful. This is great. What all has been presented. This is wonderful. What is one which really resonates with you? All right. So let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Future will have more wisdom. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yep. Okay, great. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been a beautiful dialogue. You know what I mean, I believe in less is more. I think I have always believed in that. And it's nice if I could like end my talk with some sort of a sermon or like say, this is what you need to do. But I think this dialogue in itself, I think it would have been useful for you. All of us would have taken the lessons which we need. The dialogue in itself is important, and what we take from it, I think that is also very important. I would like to thank each and everybody of you for your, for participation in this and for being so actively, participating in it. I hope this was, you had the chance to learn. You had a chance more to reflect. This was more about reflections and the learning part, and I hope there was some learning as well. Thank you so much, and I look forward to, future dialogues in which we talk more about failure. Wonderful. Lourdes, over to you. Any other, parting words? Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Mar. Could you stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, sure. I will, ma'am. I am, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate it. And yep.
Thank you, Mar. Thank you, Mohammed.
Probably instead
yeah,
of failure, you should put it as lessons learned. The whole history of health, safety, and security is written in blood because in the 19th century and early 20th century, many people died, laborers in the US and England, whether it's the mines, the textile workers, where they were really crammed in. And in many parts of the world, those mistakes are repeated. So I guess besides failure and it's sticking into that moment, the key is lessons learned in order to move on.
Wonderful,
Idea
Basir. That is
or transition. Yeah.
those are gems. Thank you. Those are priceless. Thank you, Basir. Always a pleasure. So yeah, about this, any concluding words and all? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. It's been wonderful. This is like my last session as Teach the Future facilitator for now, and I'm going to give the floor to Amna, to my colleague Amna. I had so much fun and so much inspiration from all the sessions. Thank you, Umar, but also St. Peter's, the Hungarian Hub, the quantum computing, about the future of quantum. It's
amazing stuff.
It's amazing, and we still have like a lot of hours to go. So Amna, I will give the floor to you, and I post some links there in the chat. So we have a Google form, Wix form, in fact, to ask you about these sessions. And also don't forget about our hashtag if you are sharing on social media. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you so
Amna.
much. Thank you, Lourdes. You were a real gem. Thank you for all your kind facilitation. And this will continue. So somebody actually asked me, Madam Sadia actually asked. So this will actually continue for it's for 24 hours. So let's move on to the next one. I really look forward to that.